and welcome back to Tales of Symphonia, where, after 7 minutes of pointlessness next time, we have started doing stuff.
Since Shadow's the summoned spirit of darkness, the opposite of that would be the summoned spirit of light, right?
Yeah.
But why do you ask?
I couldn't understand how that sentence was phrased.
Well,
It said, like, since
Luna's
Shadow's
saying she wanted us to bring
summoned
Asuka,
spirit,
so...
Yes.
is Shadow a name?
Considering the time we'll need to
Yeah.
spend to find out,
Yes, it is.
we should save the summoned spirit of light.
Good question.
last.
Yep. Shadow is actually the name.
I wonder
That is a
why
good question.
Asuka left the Guardian Tower of Mana.
Well, we can ask him when we get
Probably
there.
just ran away to find some chicks.
Thanks, Ellis. Always riveting
You
commentary with
yourself,
you.
Zealous.
It's great
Anyway,
input.
here we go.
How are we gonna storm the wall? We have bad we could just send in a bunch of girls.
Just send them in scantily clad underwear. It would work for me. Why won't it work for them? You know what I'm saying?
I'll just go home and go on a date.
Go on a date, if not more, because Zealous is a creepy. Like, he's really creepy. Boy, I even... Hi, Shadow.
The heck even is it? The eyes are like a jaw, but the jaw doesn't have hinges.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. I guess it's supposed to be like your shadow. And I guess they decided to put fangs on it because, like, around its waist are fangs, it looks like? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
or
just-
something like pincers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Apparently, I decided to talk about Mythos, or say Mythos for a long time. I apologize, I thought I cut this.
Was there a character named Mithras? At
Not
all?
to my knowledge?
Okay. 'Cause I saw Mythos and I thought I saw Mithras and I was like, oh, I kind of know who Mithras is.
So I don't think so. I could be wrong. I should give a heads up while Mythos is on the screen for far longer than it should be. I'm pretty sure that there was some glitches with this episode, just like last episode. I think they were mostly cleared up after this episode. Mostly. Are we past me? I mean, alrighty then.
He's like, I'm just imagining it right now where Lloyd just kind of says Mythos and he's mine.
Mythos. Lloyd is supposed to be
Mine.
stupid.
Doing the
Oh,
same
there we
thing
go.
that the legendary
I think that
hero
was
once
almost a
did.
minute long. I apologize for that.
I am Sheena.
Just needed the producer
I
to
ask that thou annulst
change
thy
the
pact with Mythos and
dialogue
establish
cards.
a new pact with me.
He's coming.
I mean, you can see him coming at you, so I mean, it makes sense.
politely asked you to reorganize your party so that she's in it.
You have to have Sheena, which is the most annoying part about these, because I never use Sheena. Like, she's not bad, I just don't. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Does everybody level up together?
Yes,
Or-
thankfully. Yes, they do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the worst thing when you gotta level people individually.
The only problem is, they don't level their tech unless you use them. So,
See, that's
you
the
know.
annoying part about in Persona 2, they did it so that your personas only leveled up when you use them. So you use them a certain number of times, and then it would level them up. You can only level a persona up 8 times, and then it would be max rank for that specific one.
oh, that's
So-
right, but I remember now, because for Persona 2, you could actually... Everybody was Joker's Wild, that's right.
Yeah, everyone, but like each person had an affinity, so they were better with some
Mhm.
Arcana, they were bad with some Arcana, or some Arcana they could never use. So it was easier, I think, for them to level up with one that they were good with.
Right.
So it means, fortunately, they have, because it's largely free roam. You just go all around the city, and there's no like end the day, do this, like from 3 onward. It's just kind of go here, do that. So there's an area where you can just grind all day if you feel like it. So I would just go there and I would, for 20 minutes, use the persona over and over to get it to a certain level so that I could get the overpowered skills.
You're sure there's no cat that tells you you need to go to bed?
Not yet. There's a cat in 4, but it doesn't talk. And I don't think I ran into him too often at all. I can't remember
I thought
if
it was
there
the
was 1 or
fox.
3. Well, yes, there was the fox. There was a cat, but yeah, there's the fox, which I never really used. But yeah, there's the
Yeah,
fox.
I haven't
Be
used
angry
it.
at you.
Yeah, no, apparently the fox, if you talk to him on the right day, he gives you outfits, because I have one of them, so.
It might just be golden. Because
Yeah.
I don't think I could have changed outfits in 4. I knew you could get outfits in 3. I got the maid outfits from doing a couple of quests, but I couldn't get one for Carter, I think, because I don't think this was high enough. I got one for Aegis.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, 'cause I don't remember, I mean, I wouldn't know if base game Persona 4 had outfits or not, like 5 does.
I've been meaning to. I've been meaning to go back to Vanilla 4. I have so many pleasant memories of 4.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I beat that in 2015.
Man, that's
So I
good
just-
for you, yeah.
Yeah,
I was-
I have distinct memories. Waking up in the morning, put on a cup of coffee, go play some Persona 4. So every time I
You don't
smell
waste any words.
I
do you?
smell coffee, I think, gotta get back into
For the sake
get
of
back on the
creating a
grind.
place in
I
which the
kind of want
two
to do that with
worlds must
Skies
no
Arcade
longer
because it's been a
sacrifice one
few
another.
years since I last played it. Honestly,
I
it's
ask
just
that you lend me
Yeah,
your
when
it's
you
power.
make-
nice to get back to something like that.
it is when you make it a yearly tradition for a while to 100% the game, you need a little bit of a break. Or
That's what I think. I think Black Lagoon is that for me. That's one of the things I think I rewatch because it's so iconic for me.
I don't know if I've rewatched any anime multiple times. Gurren Lagann I did for a while.
Yeah, I think that's another friend says that it's just so good that it rewatches.
Now all we need to do is form the
As
pact
he
with
said,
the
I think he
summoned
said it's the
spirit of
only
light,
one
and
that
we can
he
sever another man
rewatches,
away.
and he doesn't watch anime at all.
All
It's
right,
that
we're
and
counting
JoJo
on
is the
you
only
for the
thing he's
next
seen.
one too,
I
Sheena.
need to rewatch Gurren Lagann. I actually need to finish the movies because the movies changed the plot from Gurren Lagann the series. So, like, I own the movies of Gurren Lagann. I just need to finish them. I guess if I'm gonna put a movie in, I like it to be in English, and I know that nobody likes the Gurren Lagann sub or dub. I get it,
Yeah.
but I prefer the dub just because it makes my life so much easier.
At some point, I think I've got a couple. I want to rewatch Princess Mononoke again. I think it's my favorite of the Ghibli films, and I gotta. I love rewatching it every now and again. Because it's so dark and edgy, in a good way. Not like
Right.
edgy, but it's darker than a lot of the other ones.
I want to say Nausicaa: The Valley of the Wind is my favorite.
Yeah,
But-
that's another good one.
But not the anime version. Like, have you read the manga for Nausicaa, The Valley of the Wind? That would be a good one, actually, on if we wanted to do a comparison.
How long was it?
The manga was about 8 series.
Did they make that and then make a film out of it?
No, they made the film first, and then the plot wasn't actually done. So, yeah.
Wow.
So it's actually pretty different. I don't like... I read the manga first because I'd never actually seen the movie at the time. And
Yeah.
then I watched it and was like, what the shit is this? It is easily my least favorite Miyazaki film. Just because of how much better the manga is.
Do you have a favorite film though of Miyazaki's?
I used to watch Spirited Away way too much. Does that count?
Spirited Away actually isn't. I think it's always up there for everybody's favorites, but I don't think that's.
I don't know if
my
I'd say it's my
favorite as much.
favorite.
Yeah, it's good, but it's
I-
not necessarily my favorite.
That was back when I was first getting into anime and I didn't really have money, so I pretty much used to watch Spirited Away. That's it. Probably about once a week for a while.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I can't really watch Spirited Away still. Like, it's a good movie, but
Yeah. I think
I-
the only film I've seen numerous times over and over that isn't a film like Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, which I think people can watch over and over, or Harry Potter. I think I've seen Red Dawn from 1984. I've
Mhm.
rewatched that hundreds of. Oh, I mean,
have
I'm
you?
exaggerating when I say it, but hundreds of times I've rewatched that.
is that the submarine movie?
No, it's the
Okay.
Wolverines, the high schoolers that
Oh, okay.
fight the Soviets when they invade America in the 80s.
Oh, that'd be interesting. I would be interested in that, actually.
You've never seen it?
I have not.
It's so campy and 80s cheesy. A bunch of American high school students basically become insurgents in America to fight the Soviet occupation.
I would watch that. I should watch
Yeah,
that.
it's pretty interesting. It's ultra violent for the
Mhm.
time. I think
That
it was
I
the
believe.
first. It was the first PG-13 movie, I think, and it has a total of. I think it's like one violent act on average, one violent act every minute or 5 minutes of its runtime.
It couldn't have been as bad as RoboCop, though.
Yeah, I don't think it was as gory, but it certainly was pretty violent.
I'm just saying, have you seen the original RoboCop?
Not in its entirety, but
I
I'm
would-
familiar with.
I
I'm
would,
familiar with the
I would
violence, yeah.
recommend it because it's like, holy crap! It's a good movie, but
I've only ever seen the scene where RoboCop like just shoots a bunch of rapist dicks off.
yeah, there's that scene too. But you should see the scene.
Oh yeah, when the cop. When
when
he
the cop
becomes
gets-
RoboCop.
Yeah, when he becomes RoboCop, because
they just sit there for like 5 minutes blowing different limbs off.
yep, it's like first there goes your arm. You're exactly yeah.
It's like that scene from the Simpsons. It's like stop, he's already dead.
But he wasn't dead, and that's why he came back.
He come back.
He attack, but he also protect.
But most importantly, he come back.
Okay, Max.
Well, I wasn't the one that initiated the meme that time. I did continue it.
I know it's probably like a 12-hour drive, but I will drive out there just to punch you.
But I wasn't the one that initiated it.
What's a 12-hour drive from you to get to Max?
It was probably closer to 5.
Probably not.
Probably closer
I'll-
to 5.
Let's find out. You're in Des Moines?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming it's a 6-hour, 4-hour maybe. Because you said you're in Indiana, I think.
I'm going to assume way too fucking long, but let's find out.
Chicago's about 5 hours, but I know you said you're like 2 or 3 hours from Chicago, didn't you?
Yeah, Chicago's northwest, mostly north.
Okay. I keep coming back here, and I don't know why. I should have been checking the guide, because this is almost near end of the game before we can come do this. But basically, there's about to be some stuff that goes down, so I'm trying to complete what I can.
It's a weird church.
7
layout.
hours, 5 minutes.
Wow.
Okay, that's not too far.
Dude, that church layout was weird. All the pews and the altar and everything was like on a slope downward on an otherwise flat building.
Oh, well, I didn't know I said say that. Sorry, I'm clearing my teeth. Which I probably should not be on camera or voice, whatever, recording. I think it's just an exposition episode or a cleaning up episode, so I apologize. I could be wrong. Maybe we are actually going because there's nothing for us to do in this world at the moment, so we need to head on over to Silveron. Because you remember when we were talking to Shadow, we still have the Summoned Spirit of Light.
Yeah. It's amazing how I may have said it before, but how we're going all over all these different places, and we started off in some rinky-dink village.
That we
And
burned
then
down.
some other rinky-dink desert town somewhere.
It is... While Tales of Symphonia does have some problems in the plot department, as we talked about, and will eventually rear its head again, it does happen to be a really interesting game in its world, aside from, the church being evil.
Yeah.
Aside from that part, it actually does happen to be... I can see why so many people like this game, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because it's like, aside from the fact that I wanted to do this for the channel, I had to actually want to record it, so I had at least enough fond memories to play through it a second time. And then, while not 100% it, probably 90% it.
Yeah. I don't think I 100% things too often, unless I know it's easy enough to just... Because if it's a lot of running around, then I probably won't.
The main one I remember liking... The main one that I remember liking to do is Tales of Symphonia, just because the extra boss fight you get is pretty... Tales of Symphonia, sorry. Skies of Arcadia. It's because the boss fight you get from that is pretty amusing. It's also creepy, but we'll get into that when we get to Skies of Arcadia. Just because of the character involved is why it's creepy.
Why are you at the beach in a full gown? The woman's in like a full, formal, whatever gown at the beach.
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
It's so nice out. She must be burning.
Sounds like the movie took another 30 minutes. I ducked out because I forgot just how long Star Trek movies were. Like, for the original, not the reboot, because I don't think the Star Trek reboot movies are as long, are they?
They could like standard feature.
Yeah. Whereas with the Star Trek original movies, before they did the reboot, it was like...
I don't know a lot of the context around them, so I can never really sit down and watch them. Because I'm like, I need to know stuff before I go into anything else. So I won't go through channels and say, oh, this looks interesting, I'll watch it. I want to know what I'm getting into, so I don't find out something I'm not supposed to know. Or find out something that otherwise would have been a shock if I'd watched something before it.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I want to get back into watching Star Trek. I binged it for a while, and whenever I binge something, I just eventually stop about 3/4 of the way through, because it's like, I've watched enough.
That's what I did with the rest of development. I watched a ton of it, and I was like, I'll get back to it. I never did.
Yeah. And the other part is, I actually kind of wanted to last year, or relatively recently, and then I found out Gene Roddenberry was an atheist, and it's like, yeah, I'll hold off on that a little bit longer then. Like a violent atheist, I guess. Is violent the word I'm looking for?
It's probably militant atheist or militant anti-theist or something like that.
But yeah, I was going to say, while you weren't here, we were actually talking... Oh, we're going to the casino, by the way.
Oh, sweet, they have blackjack?
Yeah, we can't play it, though.
Blackjack is the only game I'm good at.
We were talking about how interesting Star Trek would have been if Gene Roddenberry hadn't been, like, a super atheist. And I don't think it would have been terribly different, but it would have been different enough, I guess.
Yeah, maybe some ideas would have been slightly different.
Yeah. It's just kind of like a what-if scenario. Because we were also talking about, much like how there's other religions that have good in them, even though they don't have the fullness, it's kind of the same with Star Trek, because I think the Vatican was talking about how Star Trek brought in the things because they had, people from every culture, so they helped everybody in TV aspect or something like that. I can't remember, but mainly because I'm not good at words, but basically it was, I think you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think to a degree.
Yeah. It helped with segregation. There we go. Because everybody should be treated equally. That much is true. I was wondering if...
Wait, why did you... Oh, do you think they would say no if it was a kid?
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, why didn't they... Oh, well, there's a nice, lovely Templar cross right on the front door of the casino.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that until now.
Vader cross or whatever it would be. I think that's just for design.
Why is a dog at a casino? And back to Jesus. Here's another devil's arm, by the way. You just have a guy that's down on his luck, and we buy it from him, and he goes back to gambling.
Oh man. Well, oh yes, you're just enabling his habit.
Yeah. Yep. It's a devil's arm. Yep.
You're on your own, dude.
Disaster. I mean, your luck probably would. That makes sense.
Yeah, maybe his luck is gonna be better.
Either way, it's like, as Catholics, we are allowed to gamble, but not to the point where this guy has.
Yeah.
Where you can gamble, but if you're going to cause yourself or your family hardships, then it's a sin.
Wait, Abyssin. It sounds like the. Oh wait, no. What is it called? There was a certain empire, I think of Ethiopia. I can't remember if it was the Abbasids or something. Abyssinia was the. I think that was the kingdom of Ethiopia.
I don't know very much about vampires aside from Castlevania, to be quite honest.
It wasn't vampires though.
I thought you said it was vampires.
No, Abyssinia is an actual.
Oh, sorry.
It was the kingdom of Ethiopia.
Well, I have egg on my face.
I mean, I don't blame it. It does sound like a vampire clan or
it
something
does.
like that.
Yeah, just showing it off, because it's a pretty crap weapon at the moment, but as I've said multiple times, once you finish the side quest, the more enemies you kill with the weapons, the more they level up, and then they become the best weapons in the game, yada yada yada.
What is the point of cats if there's just a bunch of people in cat costumes?
They basically are one of the few people that actually knows. We don't know this yet, but I'm going to give a little bit of a spoiler. They're one of the few people that actually knows how to cross between the world.
What are they, like the Illuminati, but no one takes them seriously because they were cat too?
Yeah, kind of actually, because you have to remember they're actually explorers, so they go in and like if you miss an item, yeah, if you miss an item, they'll go get it for you if you give them enough money, and then they have secret items that most people shouldn't have, but you have to have the secret currency that only they know about in order to get it. So
that's some weird Illuminati, Freemason stuff right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say in an odd sense, kind of, yes. Catanati. So yeah. Oh, by the way, we have bunny girls because of course we do.
They do the same in Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
14 when you go to the casinos.
I was gonna say it's a trope, honestly. I think you can gamble in the PS2 version, but not the GameCube version.
Normally, but well, if it did, it would probably get a bit of a plus on the ESRB because they'll say like simulated gambling.
Yeah, I was gonna say because that's why Pokemon doesn't have the gambling stuff anymore, even when they re-released on the Oh, speaking of which, when does... Hold on. Give me 1 second. I just remembered they're re-releasing Pokemon Silver for the 3DS Virtual Console, and I'm totally picking that up. When is the re-release? You guys gotta tell me when you're re-releasing it. They're re-releasing it sometime. I can't remember, but basically they're re-releasing Gold and Silver for the 3DS, like they did the,
Yeah.
The thing is, I actually really remember Gold and Silver is still my favorite one. And I remember a lot about Gold and Silver because, I don't know, I think that was when I was at my height of Pokemon. I don't know. I'd like to do Gold and Silver for the channel eventually, but I think I'll hold off on Pokemon for a little bit longer just because I want to do Skies of Arcadia after we do Deus Ex, and I don't want to do multiple RPGs at a time.
Yeah.
Like JRPGs.
Yeah, it does get kind of old.
Action RPGs, like Bloodlines, like you're doing, that happens to have enough combat. Whereas, yeah. I don't think we want Ott to stick his head in the sand any more than he already does during JRPGs.
Do you mean Redemption or Bloodlines? Because Redemption is the one we're working on right now. Bloodlines is with the...
I should have just said Vampire, sorry.
Yeah, I got you. But you actually, I mean, I don't know how to describe Bloodlines. Bloodline has some combat and action to it, but the whole big thing of it is the dialogue.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what it looks like.
Dialogue, and it's well voiced. It's really well written and characterized. It is really good. Especially
Wonder Chef, by the way. Sorry.
We haven't run into a Wonder Chef in a while.
Yeah, it has been. He was a pumpkin this time.
But yeah, environments are crazy as well. One of the best levels being the haunted. You go to a haunted hotel.
Wasn't both of the Vampire games their studio shut down shortly after release?
Well, no, I forget the company that worked on Redemption. I think Activision had them work on it, and Activision had the IP, but then they had Troika Games work on Bloodlines. But after, because Troika was working on 3 games at the same time with very limited people with a small shrinking budget, after they released and none of their games really kind of sold well, they ended up having to close down. And they were like one of the first companies to do what Valve and Facebook and Google do and have like that relaxed workplace. Like they had a game room, and they would have like a night where everyone just kind of got together and played stuff. They had a company barbecue or company picnic like every weekend at someone's house. It was like really laid back, but like people still got their work done, but it was still a kind of laid back work environment. There wasn't really too much stress, but that was unfortunately.
By the way, do you like cats? There's
not too many at once.
I was gonna say there's cats at the moment.
I've got 2. too, but I don't.
Oh, I
think
meant on
did
screen.
anything else. Yeah. Well, I mean, on screen maybe.
I mean, I think it's about 15 cats in a room.
You're talking to every single one of them.
Yeah, because each one says something different.
Some of them say meow with it.
Woof. Yeah, I come back to that one. Just in case. Nope. Each one does say something different.
That one just had 3 W's. I think some of them may have repeated at least one meow.
There was a few different meows. There was a meow without an exclamation mark. There was a
Yeah, a
meow
couple of
with an
others.
exclamation mark. There's yeah. So, I mean, technically it wasn't repeating itself, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Is your Steam down at the moment, by the way?
Let's check.
So it's like I'm trying to go to the store to check the vampire games, and I can't at the moment. So I was curious, or if it was just me.
Might be just you.
Okay. Like I can access everything else, just not the store at the moment.
Yeah, I can access the store.
Okay.
Bloodlines is very positive, both recently and
Yeah.
overall. With Redemption, I think Redemption is also overall very positive.
That's good then.
But there's only like 63 reviews because it's a really old
Right.
niche kind of game.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's going on because it's like I can still view the market, which I don't know. Sorry. I should focus back on this.
Well, not much is happening then.
No, not at the moment. Like, plot's about to go down. As I said, I just knew plot was about to go down, so I'm just trying to... Alright, let's finish up these few things before the plot goes down. Because, like, pretty much after this point is where the plot does finally start to try to resolve itself.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey, we're going, finally. But it's like, we're on the downward slope now where there's basically... In the beginning, there was a lot of exposition. As you saw in the middle, there was not... Go find the summon spirits, yippee-ki-yay! And then now we're, obviously almost done with the summon spirits, so...
Is that same village from like very, 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 very early on? Wow.
Yes, it is.
Did they ever fix the hole?
No.
It's still there.
Yes, it is. We're basically here, not because of you. Because there actually happens to be another thing that we need here. As I said, we're basically just wrapping crap up that we don't need for later.
Yeah, you may have said, I don't know how many months ago when we were on that episode, we come back here later on.
Yeah, I think we might come back here one more time, but it's not like it's important. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, you can check what people think of you, which doesn't do much. The main thing it does is Colette, Genus.
Kratos.
Yeah. Which is weird because the main ones you have to check are Colette and Genus, because those two will give you a very key important item later.
Yeah.
Kratos will give you one because he hates you. So, I mean, that's not the actual reason, but the reason shows itself later. I just don't want to tell it quite yet, so.
Oh, man.
No, I'm pretty sure we talked about the reason why, but that's okay. I know.
Hmm?
Oh, I thought you just sighed like, this is my life.
Actually, I'm pretty much falling asleep.
Yeah, we should be getting better next episode. I'm pretty sure we're wrapping up the...
It's not episode related.
Oh, it's not just tired?
Yeah, it is about, I think it's about 11 or so right now.
We could just record more tomorrow after this one if you guys wanted.
Hopefully I have time, because I've been being a pretty bad person and been procrastinating a ton of work that I should have been doing.
Yeah, I understand that.
It's like I still have all week to do it, but I probably should have taken last week to do a lot of it too, but I never felt like it in the morning, and then I said, oh, I'll do it in the afternoon, and I never did it.
I gotcha. Yeah, I'm pretty bad about that too. Well, thank you for watching. We fought a shadow and then we did nothing else. Yeah, plot cleanup. Thanks for watching. Pax et bonum.